Good day, everyone. We are now back in our lecture series on human rights-based policing for criminology students, and we are now discussing about human rights-based arrests. So, how to conduct arrest by observing or following human rights regulations. So, when you are conducting overt operations, for example, overt operations meaning police officers are wearing uniforms, they can be seen as police officers, they can be identified easily as police officers because they are wearing uniforms. So, that's what we call overt operation. So what to do is still identify yourself as a police officer. Next, provide your name, designation, position or designation, and a place of the assignment. So when conducting an arrest with warrant, then present the warrant of arrest. So this is a general rule. No person can be arrested without the warrant of arrest. But we will discuss later what are the instances of warrantless arrest. Next, allow the arrested person to be accompanied by a family member, relative, or friend if they request it to. It depends on your discretion because in some circumstances you may not allow the person to be accompanied by any other person because it might be a security threat against you. So it depends, all depends on the circumstances. For example, the offender is an old man or an old woman, and he or she has a nurse that takes care of his or him. So you can allow uh, to be accompanied him to be accompanied by the nurse. So it depends on the circumstances. Or if the offender is a child in conflict with the law, so you can allow the parent to accompany him to the police station. Next, the arresting team should be in complete uniform. That's what I said, because it is an overt operation. So they should be easily identified as police officers. How about covert operations? In covert operations, so in situations where wearing a uniform might be prejudicial to the interest of the police. So for example, in bypass operations, so the police officers there do not wear uniforms because they can be easily recognized as police officers, and it could bungle the bypass operation. The arresting team here must properly identify themselves during the conduct of the arrest. Then a marked PNP vehicle be used to transport the arrested person. So only after the arrest, so use marked PNP vehicle. Then inform the arrested person of his Miranda rights, Miranda warning. So we discussed this earlier, is based on the Miranda doctrine. So for example, in English, you say, you are arrested for the crime of, so you state what the crime, or by virtue of a warrant of arrest. Then, under the Miranda doctrine, you have the right to remain silent, and a statement you make may be used for or against you in any court of law in the Philippines. You have the right to have a competent and independent counsel or lawyer, preferably of your own choice. If you cannot afford the services of the counsel or lawyer, the government will provide one for you. Then there's an addition for this, additional statements in the Miranda warning because of the anti-torture law. So under Republic Act 9745, you have the right to demand physical examination by an independent and competent doctor of your choice. So because after the arrest, the arrested person shall be subjected to a medical examination under the Republic Act number 9745 or the anti-torture law, if I'm not mistaken. If you cannot afford the services of the doctor, the state shall provide one for you. Then you must ask the question, do you understand these rights? So he must affirm that he has understands it, right? So Filipino version, ikaw ay arestado dahil sa sala or krimen na you state the crime, o dahil sa bisa ng isang warrant of arrest. Ikaw ay may karapatang manahimik o magsawalang kibo. Anuman ang iyong sasabihin ay maaaring gamitin pabor o laban sa iyo sa anumang hukuman. Ikaw ay maroon ding karapatang kumuha ng abogado na iyong pinili, at kung wala kang kakayahan, ito ay pagkakaloob sa iyo. Ayon sa Republic Act 9745 or Anti-Torture Law, ikaw ay may karapatang magpatingin sa isang mapagkakatiwalaang doktor na sarili mong pinili. Kung wala kang kakayahang kumuha ng iyong doktor, ikaw ay pagkakalooban ng libre ng Estado o pamahalaan. Nauunawaan mo ba ito? So you must ask the person. Or in Cebuano, this is the Cebuano version, ikaw gidakop sa krimen nga pagpatay. Or aduna ka nga angay ka nga makahibalo nga aduna kay katungod sa pagpakahilom. Ang imong pamahayag mahimong gamiton pabor o batok kanimo sa bisan diin nga hukmanan. Ikaw adunay katungod sa pagpili sa usa ka kasaligan og independenteng abogado ug kun di ka makasarang sa pagbayad, ang kagamahanan muhatag niini nga libre para mutabang kanimo. Naakay katungod sa imong lawas sa usa ka independe ug masaligan nga doktor nga imong mapili. Kung dili nimo kaya magbayad sa doktor, ang gobyerno ang maghatag niini sa imo nga libre. Sabtan ba nimo kining maong mga katungod? So you ask for confirmation. Next, when a person has committed, these are the instances of warrantless arrest. These are instances of when you can arrest a person without warrant. So the first is when a person has committed, is actually committing or attempting to commit an offense or crime in the presence of a police officer. So if you are a police officer or even a civilian, if you have seen a person who has just committed or as actually committing, so while committing the crime or attempting to commit, attempting to pickpocket, attempting to strike another person, so you can stop that person and arrest that person and bring him to the nearest police station. So that's what we call caught in flagrante or arrest in flagrante delicto. Next is when an offense or a crime has just been committed and police officer has personal knowledge of facts indicating that the person to be arrested has committed the said offense. So here in the first instance of in flagrante delicto arrest, you must be present in the scene as a police officer and you have seen or witnessed or heard that a crime has been committed or is an ongoing crime or there is an attempt to commit a crime. So you go to the suspect, arrest the suspect. So you can do that. That's called in flagrante delicto. You must be present at the crime. What if there are instances that you are not present in the crime scene? So while you're conducting patrol, you have heard that a woman is shouting that she has been robbed, and the robber runs toward a particular direction. Then you go to the woman, and the woman said that she has been robbed. Her bag has been robbed, taken from her. She was robbed at gunpoint. So the suspect has a gun. Then the suspect is wearing blue with a cap, with his bag, black or blue, and so on and so forth. She described, then she points that the suspect runs to a particular direction. Then you go to the particular direction, to the particular street. Then upon traversing the street, you have seen the person matching exactly the description of the victim. So you can arrest that person. You can arrest that person. That's what we call hot pursuit. So the hot pursuit must be continuous. So for example, the victim tells you that he goes that way to a particular, then you stop, then you resume your hot pursuit the following day. So that's not hot pursuit anymore. You need warrant of arrest already for that matter. So hot pursuit must be continuous. So continuous chasing of a person, continuous pursuit of a person. There must be no interruption. So it must be continuous, from first hour to the second hour to the third hour, to fourth hour. But when you arrest him the following day, that's not already hot pursuit. You need a warrant of arrest already for that. Then the third instance is when the person to be arrested is an escaped detainee or prisoner. So you do not need warrant of arrest. So these are the warrantless arrest or exemptions to the rule that you cannot arrest a person without warrant. So the first one is arrest in flagrante delicto or caught in the act. The next instance is hot pursuit. And I think that will be all for our lecture series on human rights education for criminology students. Thank you very much for watching these lectures. Hopefully you have learned something. Have a good day and God bless you.